Today's pitch session is actually with a specific topic and with a specific goal. So as you might know, then on 5th November this year, there's a Latvian Fintech Forum happening, and our friends from Tenity, together with the Latvian Central Bank, are organizing a Fintech startup pitch competition. And we, LatBAN, are a part of this pitch competition, so that's why here today we have four of the startups here presenting. And maybe Jancis can say a few words as well.
Yes, I can add to what already Emils correctly told you, that we will watch very closely to the pitches which will be presented today. I have seen already all of them, but you have not. So I invite you to be very careful, because most likely after these pitches or after the FinTech Factor, I will address you and approach and ask for participation in syndicate. So these companies which will present will be the ones who will also present at FinTech Factor, and so hopefully we will be able to manage to create a syndicate and invest money in one of these.
Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much the topic of today's pitch session, and I guess without further ado, I would like to welcome the first company on stage, Complock.
So hello everybody, I am Maarja-Liisa Soe. I'm the co-founder of Complock, and Complock stands for Compliance OK. And we are building the AI-driven regulatory compliance and risk management platform for fintechs, more specifically compliance teams working in a fintechs. But why we are doing that? The reason why we're doing that is more than 90% of compliance teams are using Excel to manage their regulatory risks. At the same time, financial institutions spend on average 400,000 euros every year to comply with EU regulations, but still over 60% of fintechs paid fines for not complying. So compliance is a hot topic. Compliance teams are mostly understaffed and also overworked. And this is where Complock comes in, because we believe that compliance teams deserve so much better than Excel sheet to manage their compliance risks. So we provide a platform for them to oversee, manage, and report all their compliance risks in one platform. Our platform helps them to gain a comprehensive risk overview, to generate reports automatically without any copy-pasting. They can maintain an audit-ready archive and change logs in years to come, even if the regulator comes in several years after the specific risk assessment has been done. They can collect information efficiently within their organization, but also from third parties, from their business partners, and of course manage compliance tasks with ease. Complock is a compliance tool from compliance to compliance. My co-founder, Mari-Liis Kurg, she has a background of more than 15 years working in different banks all over Europe, being the head of compliance and seeing the problems with poor risk management firsthand. Together with Marek, they worked together in Coop Bank, where Marek was CTO and Mari-Liis was responsible for preventing money laundering. So the next co-founder, Marek, has also extensive background in working financial sector and leading IT teams there. I personally have the power of execution, what I can bring to the table. I've been working in the Prime Minister team for more than 8 years in Estonia. I'm the youngest Estonian who was awarded by the president with an order because of the job I did being head of program when Estonia celebrated its centenary. And then we have the youngest team member, Alexander, who is our CMO and CPO. What we have done so far. We launched our MVP in the beginning of this year. We reached out to 200 compliance officials in Baltics. We did 54 demos. Out of those 54 demos, we converted 5 customers into paying ones. And then we stopped the onboarding process because we realized that to really scale, we need to level up our product. So we worked hard to enhance the product. We followed our customer's journey closely how they use the platform, what are their expectations, what they need. And currently, the new product or the upgrade of the product is in full swing. We have a team of 3 dedicated IT developers working on it full time. We have a wait list with we have a bigger wait list, but already 5 of them signed the letter of intent. So they're waiting for the product to be, like the upgraded product to be launched, which will happen in November. We are talking about the market, which is growing 24% yearly. So we are going after the 10% of the RegTech market in Europe. Still, our biggest competitor is Excel. We have seen the boom of different technologies assessing the problems in the compliance sector related to the first line of defense. We're talking about sanction screening technologies, KYC tools, transaction monitoring tools. Yet the pain points of the second line of defense and the auditing have not been addressed yet. So now it's the time to be ahead of the wave. Our business model is B2B SaaS based on the number of seats and based on the risk frameworks. And currently we are raising a pre-seed round. Out of that, around 700K is committed. Our focus is to onboard 15 customers to deliver the product roadmap and reach 15K MRR. We are already backed by Change Ventures, Techstars, and as mentioned before, Tenity. But this is only the first step, because what is our biggest mission is to liberate compliance teams from repetitive manual tasks so they can use their brain force at what they do best. So we are building an AI compliance assistant. So this is Complock, hopefully an household name for compliance teams all over the world in coming years.
That's great. Thank you so much. May I start with the questions? Can you please switch back to the investment ask? Next slide. You said that you are already backed by Change Ventures and Techstars Accelerator and Tenity as well. So the current pre-seed round is your first round, or
Yes.
are those investors
same.
participating here?
Yeah, it's the same round. So the cap is 4 million, the floor is 3 million. So it's the same, extended.
That's great. And your Techstars class was spring 2024?
No, it was actually last year in autumn. We were for 3 months in Amsterdam. So it was together with ABN AMRO.
That's awesome. Thank you. More questions?
Yes?
Competition, because it's obviously it's not really Excel, it's all the other companies that are trying to go this way, because the market is huge, there's a huge need.
Well,
So
as
can you talk
mentioned,
about them?
yeah, to our surprise, well, when we did our research, we had qualitative interviews with 50 plus compliance officers all over the world. The surprising thing was that they are all using Excel. And as mentioned, all that the compliance technology is addressing right now, the first line of defense, which is like transaction monitoring, sanction. So this market is already oversaturated. The competition that is out there, we have one direct competitor whom we have identified, which is Gable. They are focusing on the US market. The thing with the competition is that the big softwares that are there, they're so expensive that for us fintech, which is our sweet spot, with up to 150 employees, they opt to employ a new full-time person, and then the full-time person will go for Excel, which is for free. So basically, we see that our entry point lies in knowing the market really well, like the customer needs, and then entering with the price, because it has to be accessible for them to choose us. And eventually, once they take, it also comes down to the sales cycle, which is, our sale is based on trust. But once they take the leap, it also takes some effort from their side. But once they are committed to use our platform, then they stay with us for a longer period of time.
Very sticky.
Very sticky, yes. It is, because they put all their, because also one of the main things that our customers, because not ironically, but our sales persona is actually a risk person. So the first assessment he or she needs to do is about our own product. So the first question is about the cybersecurity, because it will be a super delicate information that they put on there. So this is why the CTO coming from the bank is there to understand all the requirements and what needs to be done to make sure that the platform and the data is protected.
Other questions?
Is there any place where we can edit the product and look at
Yes, we have, as mentioned, we have a platform up and running. We have 5 customers using it. However, we don't onboard new customers to that platform anymore, because we already know what they will say, like what they need. So we can give access to the current one. But what we have proposed, and when we are talking with the customers as well, like our IT team can showcase the new product as well. So it's either like we can do both ways. So
It's okay, we can have
Yeah.
a look anyway.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Next up, I would like to welcome Securities Lab, represented by Romanas. The microphone. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Romanas, and I'm Chief Operations Officer and co-founder at Securities Lab. Our team is building an infrastructure to democratize wealth management for business finance. Basically, this is an embedded software as a service tool for wealth management, which is designed for business finance, both for financial institutions and non-financial businesses. In a nutshell, we are providing services both to financial institutions and non-financial businesses, and increase their revenue streams and increase customer loyalty by adding an additional revenue to their products. There are several problems that we're aiming to solve. First one is a low yield from common safeguarding solutions, which is safeguarding with credit institutions, meaning banks. Second one is scalability issues for asset managers. Asset managers are struggling to scale up to onboard fintech companies and their end clients because of simply lacking necessary tools. We're concentrating on much higher clients. Another problem which we're aiming to solve is a need for new revenue streams for fintech companies. So basically, we see that now there is a high competition in fintech environment in Europe, and fintechs need additional solutions to increase customer base and increase their loyalty. Our solution includes seamless connectivity. Our software as a service platform provides connectivity for financial institutions and other non-financial businesses with asset managers. And this is fully software as a service embedded product. Also, advanced management tools. We include AI-driven treasury management tools, which helps to optimize the usage of idle funds. And also, we offer other essential tools which are related to compliance in terms of safeguarding and capital adequacy, including the risk evaluation. Another solution is access to traditional and tokenized securities. We are planning to provide access to all types of securities, including traditional money market funds and tokenized securities, ETFs, and so on. As you know, there are some actual safeguarding solutions on the market at this moment, but all of them are not perfect. It is possible to safeguard funds with central banks, but they are not paying interest rate at all. Of course, the most common way is to safeguard with credit institutions, but the yield is very low, and in a lot of cases, there are no yield at all. Additionally, they have a minimum deposit requirements in most of the cases. Of course, fintechs can go to asset managers directly, but there are some limitations in this process as well, because first of all, they do not provide integration, they do not provide monitoring tools, and the onboarding is very complicated and time-consuming. In terms of actual end customers' deposit solutions, they're also not perfect, because it's possible for the businesses to go to a credit institution, meaning bank, and deposit their end clients' funds. But for such activity, the license is needed, and also this business is not scalable. And this is the very complicated process of the onboarding. With asset managers, the similar situation. License is required, no scalability, and low feasibility. Our solution is based on API integration, which allows financial institutions and non-financial businesses to seamlessly connect to both traditional asset managers and tokenized asset managers. Additionally, we're offering T+0 settlement, which means that you don't need to wait for your withdrawals for ages. Here are some important market metrics. As you know, at this moment, there are more than 10,000 of fintech companies around Europe, and they're safeguarding more than 35 billion of client funds. This is an 84% increase from 2019, meaning that 1.75 billion of clients' funds can bring additional revenue potential for those fintech companies. Also, it is estimated that by the year 2030, the tokenized market value will increase by 2 trillion. Of course, there are some competitors which are providing similar services to what we are planning to provide, but they are very limited. First of all, no one from them providing direct integration. No one provides treasury management tools, and there are other limitations. For example, most of those competitors are located in the UK, and they simply are not allowed to provide services in Europe. At this moment, we are at the fundraising stage, and the funds which we will raise will be used, first of all, to secure our partnership with securities providers and other potential partners. Also, for getting our own license, which will take some time, including the capital adequacy requirements. This is our team. Our team is of 5 co-founders, which have a strong background in fintech environment, and we know that we can bring this idea to life. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's great. The main question from my side first. Is the license really necessary for you to operate this business?
In order to start our operation and go to the market, it's not really needed. We have a temporary solution which will allow us to go to the market by the end of Q4 2024. So basically, this solution includes the usage of license of another European entity who is licensed. So basically, we will act as a tied agent to start our operations. And then, at the same time, we will get our own license, which is needed because we would like to grow. And at the end, we would like to increase our license to become an asset manager.
And as far as I understood, you are expecting to spend about $500,000 to proceed with the license question.
I think even less, because it depends on the complexity. Also, we are not sure about the amount of capital requirement for this license, because in any case, we will need to hold some amount. So anyway, it will be not used, but we will need for licensing process. So the first stage, we will need less money than it's shown in the presentation. We don't need 2 billion to go to the market. We need smaller amount, but this amount will be used in 24 months runway.
Okay, and when you pass the first stage, let's say the quasi-licensing, can you expect that your fundraising will go faster, smoother, with a higher valuation?
Yes, of course,
so
because
probably you have to split your current round into 2 different ones. Start with
probably.
the smaller one.
This is a question of negotiation, and for us, would be totally acceptable to split this amount into several rounds.
Got it. And the last but not least, what milestones are going to achieve when you close the first and second part of the forecasting round?
After closing the first part, we will have an actual traction. We will have clients because we already have several letters of intent from BaaS providers, banking as a service, from several fintechs, and we're in communication with several banks across Europe. So basically, our milestone will be real traction, and after we will get our own license, we will be able to issue more securities and give more availability for our potential clients. Because with the tied agent solutions, there are also some limitations. We can only distribute the products that they have. But with our own license, we can extend the amount of products we can distribute.
Okay, thank you. Guys, should we challenge the founder more? Because I've got a lot of questions, but not for current part of the discussion. Victor, do you have some?
I'm scared for him. He looks like a nice guy. So.
Thank you.
Keep myself silent.
Anyone else? it might be a good or a bad sign when the prospective investors keep silent. What is in this case? Are you skeptical or are you for this startup to
I couldn't
scale?
really understand why they do. Even so, I'm from Fintech, and so I have safeguardings and everything. So out of everybody here, I should understand that first. I have no clue what you do.
Yeah, actually,
Second thing, I'm not sure about your license. How long do you think you'll get it? Like 3 months, 6 months, 1.5 year? So it's a matter of long time probably.
yeah, so regarding the licensing, we expect to have it between 9 and 12 months. This is including pre-licensing. Security license for distribution in Latvia here.
In Latvia here,
Yeah.
9 to 12 months.
Sorry?
9 to 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already were speaking with Bank of Latvia, with several law firms, so basically we're ready to move on. And in terms of what you didn't understand our product, to be honest, it's not the first time we hear that, because we were speaking with several VC companies, and this is a very common feedback that we receive, simply because it's not so trending in Europe. But in US and UK, this product is very trending now, and there are a lot of companies who are receiving funding for these products. And basically, companies, asset managers from US, big ones like BlackRock, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, they are expecting to have someone. They don't want to do this small stuff with licensing and so on, but they want to enter the European market. And we already were speaking with them. They're ready to work with us.
Who is your client?
BaaS, first of all, banking as a service providers. Secondly, fintech companies. And thirdly, non-financial businesses. For example, it could be marketplaces.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but you can continue this discussion afterwards.
I think
as
we
well.
will. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, I would like to welcome Dennis from Intrepid Fox.
Hi, everybody. Our company is Intrepid Fox. We do fast onboarding for fintechs leveraging generative AI. And when everybody is talking what is generative AI, we implemented this in real life, and we have already 2 paying customers who is using this in the system. A few words about us. We have banking background. Each of us worked 20 years, more than 20 years, in different international banks and fintech companies. And we know the industry very good from the inside. And this product actually appeared from our own experience. The problem is that onboarding of business customers in banks and fintechs is very long, 7 days according to Fenergo survey. And if you ask any banking employee how much time do you need to review the pack of documents, most of them will tell you a few hours. How 7 days appear? And the answer to this is back and forth, because every time you request additional document from your customer, it takes 2 days to provide to you this information. And during normal process, average process, minimum 3 times fintechs come back to their customers requesting additional documents. In the real life, it is much more. And 2 years back, it was not possible to automate it all. And only now, with generative AI, it is possible to make this kind of solution. But it's better one time to show than a few times to explain. Our solution talks to potential customer in chat, requests to provide document, and instantly analyze this document against the most common compliance criteria. And if there are any additional questions here, we instantly request customer to explain a discrepancy. For example, this document was out of date. Also, we extract from the document additional information like names, numbers, and everything else. And, for example, shareholders. And we found in this company that there is another company, Gibraltar. And in the old world, manager will sign email to the customer requesting to provide additional documents for the Gibraltar company. And our system just made it instantly. Firstly, requested clarification about date. And secondly, request customer to provide information about the next layer of shareholders. And we just saved 2 days, maybe 4 days for fintech in their onboarding process. This is the result of our conversation. We sent to fintech report, which contains corporate structure, information about beneficial owners, and everything else. We use this solution not only for onboarding, use case in different areas, in transaction monitoring, in periodic updates, and in any other industries. The market is really great, and it is. I like that our figures somewhere was in line with the colleagues previously, and the total market we calculated 70 billion in the RegTech, but our SOM is about $100 million. We have competitors. They appeared this year. They're from Y Combinator, all of them, unfortunately. But we have point of difference. They usually focus on documents, but we focus on documents and also communication engine. We have very strong chat or dynamic forms to remove back and forth. Finally, again, we have paying customers. We have a few customers currently on the final stage of the signing contracts. We have about 20 customers in our pipeline in different steps of negotiations. And we really believe it's just the beginning of the curve of leveraging generative AI. We just starting, and in a few years, this business will be really great. Thank you very much.
What is your customer focus? Who are these 20 plus customers?
Fintechs, yes. Like we think that the best fit for us as of now, it's like from 30 to 100 employees.
Similar markets?
Yeah, yes, very similar. We are currently talking to a few larger players, but for our sites, it's harder because they have more requirements in terms of different things. Yeah, but they have a lot of interest actually, and that's why we're moving from smaller customers to larger and to the banks in the end. Please.
Yes, I'm not a programmer myself, but it looks quite simple to create. What's your key thing for your competitors not to copy your idea, or for anybody for that matter? I mean, if the fintech is big enough, let's say Revolut, they could probably create something similar quite fast.
Yeah. It's a very good question. We created this, I think, for 1 year. And within 1 year, I think we are 1 year ahead of potential competitors. What is the difficulty here? Difficulty to ensure knowledge of difficulty to know the industry and to understand what is required for particular compliance cases. Because it's not hard to extract documents, but to ensure that across 50 different jurisdictions, the quality of extraction will be high enough to ensure that inflow will be fully covered without mistakes. And this takes a lot of time. It's required data science, a lot of additional steps of fine-tuning and also working with the model. For example, Switzerland. When we face Switzerland, they cross-check the documents, they cross the information, old information in the documents. And we needed to enhance our product with computer vision to remove this information to ensure the quality. And there are many, many different cases from such jurisdictions. And we invest a lot in kind of fixing all this stuff. And second part, which is also not straightforward, as we understood, this is communication engine. Because from the box, AI cannot communicate properly. And sometimes it's asking too many questions which are not relevant. Sometimes it doesn't ask questions which are required. And it requires hundreds of different testing and fine-tuning of the scenarios to ensure that the communication will be in the exact way we need to do it.
Two more follow-ups.
Yeah.
First of all, is it your AI or you're using some big one? And the second question is, there was nothing about the money, so are you raising or just?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Good. The first question, we decided that we use foundational models. We do not develop ourselves. Why so? Because we believe that there are smart guys who can do better model than we can do. and will not catch up with GPT or with like Grok and any other models. But we are model agnostic. System we created, it can work with different models. We just given small tasks to the model and get results and compare them into the holistic system. And this is very beneficial for the product because every time GPT comes with a new version of model, all our parameters of business increases. So the quality of extraction increase, dialogues quality increase, and we just get benefits from the industry. So we do not need to, to do it. Second part regarding fundraising, we're going to start within a few weeks. And that's why I'm here, because we previously bootstrapped it and we decided to do fundraising. And yes, we're open to discuss it, and I think we'll provide more details during these personal discussions.
Do we have 1 minute more to challenge you on numbers?
Yes, we have 1 more minute.
We are all about finance today. Can I challenge you with 3 questions? Very simple. What amount of money you're expecting from your average client? Lifetime value, let's say.
I expected this question, but unfortunately, I will share this later on after NDA in detailed discussion. Yes.
Let's assume. How many, let's say, euros your average client will pay you monthly or, let's say, annual contract, doesn't matter?
I think easily could be 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 per month.
Per month.
Yeah.
And how many clients you expect to have, let's say, for the next 12 months when your fundraising will be successful?
I think 20 customers we can reach easily.
20 customers at average 10. So the annual expected revenue is about 1.52 million, right?
From this calculation, yes.
How much money are you going to spend on customer acquisition?
It's
a B2B, it requires a lot of sales and implementation forces from your side.
Yeah. Good question that, good part in our business that we invest in IT. We do not invest in sales at all as of now. We do it ourselves, and all our current sales is based on our own kind of efforts. And with the raised money, we're going to invest in this direction, and we'll hire sales team and do some marketing investment and conference, etc. But comparing to potential value from customer, it will be fully covered because most of our costs are fixed. It is more IT than marketing acquisition.
I can probably add something here for the first time on the other side. I'm actually one of their paying customers, and they really do not need to sell because we are seeking for these kind of solutions. They have actually great solution, amazing one, saving lots of time, and we are working with them on a daily basis. Probably one of the best partners we have so far.
Thank you, Victor. Yeah. He's much better than myself, actually. Yes.
Can I raise one more question, please, from the online audience? How many days it takes to implement your service for a specific customer? For example, a medium bank. Or probably weeks or months.
Yeah, out of the box implementation is 2 weeks. Then it depends on the level of customization required by each customer. And then it can be months, etc.
Let's say from 2 weeks up to 1 month in a medium case, right?
I think more. If customization is required, it could be 3 months easily, etc. Yeah.
More questions?
Unfortunately, we're out of time, so we have to move forward. Yes. Thank you again.
Thank you.
And last but not least for today, I would like to welcome Alex, who will represent JewelPay.
Yeah, my name is Axels, and I represent a fintech company called JewelPay. I'm just a salesman, so easy with the questions. Let's imagine 2 scenarios. In the first scenario, we are all sitting in a restaurant, and lucky you, I am the one who is paying. And at one point in time, the time will come to pay for the bill. The way how I pay is using only my phone, which is good. Obviously, I'm going to cover the bill, but there's also a bad side in this story because the waitress won't be able to get her tip, and as all of us know, the majority of her salary, of the waitress's salary, is dependent on the tips that we leave. The second scenario is, let's imagine myself. I'm walking on the Baron Street, super happy, jolly. Unexpectedly, I see an opportunity to donate money for a noble cause. The first opportunity is to put cash inside the wooden box. As I already told you, I don't have any cash with me. I have only my phone. From one side of the story, I could donate my phone, but I wouldn't do it. And the other opportunity we have those banking details. I can log in into my internet banking. I can copy and paste those details. Then I have to verify the payment via this, I forget what was the name, the Smart ID, and which obviously takes a lot of time. And from my own experience, within the first 10 seconds, I will have an objection inside my head that, okay, I will do it some other time. And obviously, the other time never comes. And what statistics show that these kind of people, they are 60% of the market, which means that if you don't have a solution for this kind of customer, you're losing 60% that you could potentially earn. How does this work? It's super easy. JewelPay is a fintech company revolutionizing in cashless payments using our innovative QR code system. You just have to either download our app, which is free of charge in App Store or Google Play, or you can log in into our own website. You just have to enter your phone number. After you will receive an SMS with some kind of code, you will get your own unique QR code, which you can start using straight away. So you can start receiving payments at the very moment you have signed up with our website. And the withdrawal of the money is the same as accepting the money. I mean, in a sense of the easiness. You just have to press button withdraw, you enter your own banking details, and the money goes out to your own bank account immediately. At this point in time, we have 2,500 registered users, we have 1,300 active users, and 12,000 processed incoming transactions. As a salesman, I'm proud of this figure because just a couple of months before that, the turnover was barely 2,000 euros. So we are growing in sort of say fast pace. Hospitality sector in Latvia, it is around 45,000 people, and we are actively pursuing this market. But as for the future, we are looking to penetrate Spain, Italy, France, the big markets, the big players, the HoReCa industry, as our license gives us this opportunity to work with them already at this point in time. So we are projecting that by the 2028, we will have 490,000 active users. JewelPay, it can cover a lot of places. I was sitting in my office thinking, where else could I put this product? Basically everywhere. Even if you are homeless, you don't need any cash. You just put your QR code on the street and you can accept payments from people like that. These are our projections. And basically the ultimate goal for us, we want to have our own SEPA accounts. We want to have our own bank cards so people can use us as a proper banking system. This is our team. We have 4 founders. All of them have a strong knowledge in the sphere of banking. And we have our IT guy, and under him he has 6 people who are actively working on our product to make it much, much more easier. And that is it. Thank you.
How do you make money?
How do you make money?
How do you make money?
from a commission. Once client sends money out of our bank account from a person like yourself, we take €2 per transaction. However, if we are talking about charities, we take 5%. So for example, if during this week or this month you have gathered 10,000 euros, so from those 10,000 euros, when you will withdraw them, we will take 5%.
But so your customer is, let's say, a waitress.
Yeah.
Correct? She's hoping for what, a €5, €10 tip. So you take €2.
No, no, no. Once the money comes in, it comes in free of charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when they take their money out,
Yeah.
whatever amount, €100, 30.
Exactly.
Then it's €2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's always €2 regardless of the amount they take out.
If we're speaking about people, yeah. If we're speaking about charity organizations, then it's 5%.
Okay. Let's not include the charities. All other. It's only €2.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And how do you accept payments through the QR code?
Using Apple Pay and Google Pay. And also you can manually enter your card details, but usually it doesn't happen. So majority of time Apple Pay and Google Pay.
So you act as a merchant,
Yeah.
but you have your merchant fees to pay, right?
Yeah.
So you take them on you or you charge?
No clients pay for them.
So your clients
Yeah,
pay. So it's
yeah.
not only €2 for the...
They have an opportunity. Either they pay for it or the one who is holding account in our system is paying for the fee.
So if your client need to pay for it, how much he's paying? So it's not only €2, what else you need to pay?
Let's imagine you want to leave a tip €5. You have an opportunity to decide either you want to pay the fee, which is $5.15, or you don't want to pay the fee and you pay just €5. However, the one who is holding the account, we will charge those 15 cents from them.
15 cents.
Yeah.
But you probably pay some interchange plus whatever, so it's not always 15 cents. If they pay by international credit card, then it will cost
I don't know about that.
2% or something, so you cannot charge 15 cents.
I can answer that question right now.
Some charges over these €2. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have a QR code, for instance, for yourself? Can I see how it looks? Can I pay
Can
now?
you pay you something?
I have one in my pocket. I can show you that afterwards. Yep.
It was interesting for me, and I'm deeply integrated in the European Union traditions. But how it's working is like I'm a waiter, someone tips for me, I pay €5 for me, and then colleagues came to me and tell me that, okay, Max, you didn't pay taxes, so let's go. Let's go.
That's it.
Charging.
It's better to take your database with all who have QR codes and to understand the private persons do not pay taxes.
No. Within Latvian government, you have to show the government that you have earned this money, and from the law that we have right now, you have to pay 20% from everything you got within the month.
Who is your client? Consumer, right?
Yeah.
Right, not businesses.
No.
What about customer retention? Is it easy, or how long can you retain them?
Speaking about HoReCa industry, it's seasonal. But however, speaking about charity organizations, they are really picky and they try to look for someone they can work with long term. So at this point, it's hard to answer this question because I've been working with charity organizations a couple of months, and the 4 months that I have been working with them, we are still in the process of closing the deal, so to say.
Okay. Other questions from the audience?
I would just ask, which bars, which restaurants do you have them already?
For example, Gambe, all of the whole chain of Gambe. which is lemon as well, lage, Malne Mulkin, Old Riga, and stuff like that.
And when I receive the bill, there's a separate separate QR code for this waitress, right? And I can pay the bill plus extra I pay the waitress, so another scan.
Yeah. Extra for the waitress, yeah, exactly.
And in every Gambe it's already like this, right?
Yeah.
Was it a long time?
Yeah.
Or was it just, because I have to pay the bill and I'll have to cash as well?
What do you mean, was it long time?
Like, was Gambe was supportive with working with you guys for a long time?
We are actively pushing this product in the market for 1 year, and within the first 4 months they started work with us. From Gambe we have 150 customers.
Okay, thank you very much. Next up.
And the most interesting part for our journey, let's say. Now we are going to share the brief but sophisticated investment opinions on the startup presented. What I want to ask you, to be polite, the first. And the second two things, to be polite and polite. Because founders are presented here. And our goal is not to criticize, but to put the explanation for angel investors, what to pay attention for, and for founders, what were the lacks in your pitch and in your decks. I want to invite Mr. Ansis Pridzans to present his investment opinion on the first startup.
Complock.
Yes. Please take the microphone.
Okay.
You can still keep it in
Okay, so Emils invited me to review Complock, and it was very easy for me to review that company because I myself, I'm a lawyer, so law firm, Pridzans Nepramchenko, and we do really a lot of licensing of fintechs and brokerages, whatever financial institutions are there in the market. So first thing I can tell is that actually this is one of the things which will and is already disrupting legal businesses like mine. But it's natural because for the work this software does, we usually charge some 25 to 50 hours of our time. And we are highly professional, I am sure about that. I'm quite sure that other law firms charge more. And now you can calculate what is the hourly rate of the law firm which you work with and what will be the difference whether to use this product during the licensing process or to pay me for maybe some small tailoring of it during the same process. So big saving is already at that point when the company is going for licensing. So that is my first impression about the company. How much time do I have?
Feel free to speak.
Can I have the slide of the company?
We do, but it's not so easy to switch it.
Yeah.
But let's try.
So, but this is the first point. The team is very professional. I have reviewed what is there, and I'm happy about that. Of course, not everything is great because, in my opinion, I also have some startup experience and also currently have my ISP asset management. So we also have automated system which we use to onboard investors and have reviewed opportunities how to automatically score them or manage these risks. So not everything is that easy because apart from being technically perfect, there is a need to sell this product. And this is not easy because, as correctly mentioned by the presenter, the buyer is actually a risk person, which is you never meet that person during your normal interaction with the startup or a fintech company. So this is not easy thing to do, and what I don't like, particularly in this company, that they don't really focus on sales. They focus on product development. They will have this new fancy product next month, and everything is great in this perspective. They have nice backers, very reputable. So no question about product, but I think the problem is right now in sales, and possibly there will be a problem in sales if something will not change. But yeah, personally, I believe that this company has future, so would be happy to invest in that. If the decision will be like that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And you will receive my review later. Emails will
I will share.
distribute
We
it.
have each reviewer has prepared like a document that will be shared afterwards as well. Yes, thank you very much. Next up, I'd like to welcome Vadim, who reviewed the securities lab. Yes.
Yeah, so until this evening I was thinking I'm the only one who didn't understand about the product. I'm not from the finance, I'm from medical field, therefore for me explaining products from finance, it's the same like I would explain to you guys what does it mean point of care testing in the medicine. And therefore I couldn't understand very well product and market fit. I couldn't understand who is customer, who is end user. I couldn't understand customer acquisition cycle. How does it happen? How long is it? What are the costs? I couldn't understand about the product itself. If it's AI-based solution, so this means that you kind of should have a validated algorithms, right? How did you prove this, and etc. If we're going to the financials, what does it mean? 25% for staff and 15% for technology. What's the difference? Staff is developing technology.
This is a relationship with asset managers like BlackRock and their infrastructure. So basically, it will be monthly fees with them as well. And for staff, it's mostly IT department.
Okay.
Sorry,
so
we are not interacting.
Yeah. So this, I mean, yeah. All right. This mean that filling this checklist which Emil sent me in a lot of paragraphs I put no information about it. So I would proceed with the further discussion with the startup, and that's basically all. I want to add slightly some things about this startup because I understand what they do. I am in that very deeply. So simple thing is that they provide easier or more efficient way how to manage float, which all these companies have. And they have very restricted and limited ways how they can manage that and how they can earn money from that. Because on their balances, on fintech balances, there are huge amounts of client money. And law limits what you can do with that, but you still can do some things. And so the guys showed few options. One option is to put just in central bank. The other option is to put in Swedbank, which also doesn't pay a lot. And then there are some ideas how to tailor some opportunities which are allowed by law, but give you more profit. So that is the product what they want to create. I hope they will succeed. Maybe that would be very useful.
There's
Yeah.
so much into it, which is not just really work that simple as this.
Exactly, that's their.
Fintechs, there's requirements by regulation with the safe safe accounts, right? Where we must store the funds. So we can't just move the funds from one place to another just because we decided to do so, right? And then what are the risks? What are the percentages we
Exactly, that's their secret sauce. So if they manage it correctly, legally, it's a business risk.
Then we close our business.
So this. Yeah. Okay.
Let's round up.
Yeah.
It was great, but can you put one more word? Is it worth investing right now, or we need to go deeper?
Definitely, you need to go deeper. I would advise everyone. Yeah, I would advise everyone to.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Next up, Carlos. He was the one who reviewed Intrepid Fox. So here's the quick.
I don't need that. I'm not going to do that. So can I put it here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. I thought first the product is very clear, the need is very clear, and the presentation was very clear. So I don't think we'll need additional explanations on that. That's, I think, both a challenge and an opportunity for them. So we know that it's the market need is huge and it's growing. It's extreme pain out there. On the other hand, there's huge competition and it's growing very fast. So if all those competitors came out from Y Combinator in the last year or two, ouch. You know, there's going to be a lot of Darwinian explosion and collapse somewhere along the line. They're positives. They've chosen a very clear product. It seems to work very well, Victor, and I think that's their way to the market is to use business to business. If you can use customers to vouch for themselves. I think the team is strong. They don't come necessarily from the bank compliance areas, but coming from banking, you know this challenge. I as well had a difficulty identifying what is unique. I think that was identified. Is there really a moat? Do they have such a long-term competitive advantage? Because the competitors are going to be big and many, both small and large companies. The fact that they've chosen a specific niche is an opportunity for potentially a fast exit. So if they don't, if they are maybe more realistic and don't see themselves as a unicorn, but a nice turnaround in a year, several years, very big opportunity to sell to a U.S. company, for example, et cetera, that may want to cover Europe, which probably is more their home market. So in this whole industry, I think to get customers, it's the question of trust. Banks probably will not trust these fintech companies, these smaller companies, for many, many years. They will probably do a lot in-house. They will trust larger auditing companies, which may then have subcontractors, and those subcontractors may have companies like the two companies we heard today, because to get into big clients, I think would be very, very difficult. On the other hand, I think what ANSYS showed exactly is that the market is much bigger than just banks and fintech. It is law companies, it is funds. Now more and more, anybody with big turnover, with direct customers, advertising companies, you need to know your customers. So the market is huge, and opportunity is there. So my recommendation is that it's investigated deeper. So it's a question of what is the scalability of it to get the customer. But Victor's just use Victor's, and a big question is a competitive advantage or the ability to have moats against other competitors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So last but not least, we will try to get on this screen our online member.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, it works.
Great. Okay, thank you for opportunity to present investment option for Joe Pay. From my side, it's industry fintech sectors, mobile payment for Horeca sector. Stage, I can imagine what is pre-seed and target raise around maybe. I'm also can imagine from the finance model, it's maybe 400K. Yeah, the main technology is cashless transaction QR-based and invoicing technology. For the market, it's big market now. The project have a big opportunity, but we have some assumption of this. Like the unique proposition, it's a question what is their competitive advantage and who is the competitors now. Second one, it's from transaction, it's misunderstandable what is the current financial situation, status and runway. I mean, the company built it 2016 and for now it's still with negative profit. For the stream, I misunderstand how many people now manage this business, and the main question for product market fit, it's not understandable how it's possible to scale this business now. Also from science of competition, we didn't know who is the competitors now. It's high risk. I think it's high risk from competition because from the different sources what I started to research, Edian, it's huge startup who is raised now moving to 200 million for the platform like for food and beverage, and I think they also can cover some other segments. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I think I didn't understand that maybe some regulation changes risk because today we have possibility to get some license from Latvian National Bank, but who know what happened tomorrow. Yeah, raised amount unknown now. Valuation also. Still, the presented solution has many differences and misunderstanding, including market size, financial model. Yeah, as example, financial model also have different user growth rate for different years. As example, for the first year, it projected for the 6.4 and for third year 2.6. The question why? Revenue grow from second year 1.8, but for third year it 10 times. Yeah. 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 And in general, final recommendation: do not invest. Thank you.
I don't have a microphone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I have now switched the voice off. Thanks, Nikolai. So actually, we are done for now. Let's spend some time, as much as our host will allow us, on networking. But I must say first that our next session, Just a second. Our next session will be next Tuesday. It will be dedicated for the question of mastering term sheet, understanding others' term sheet, and probably some words about the cap table, its importance, and some potential troubles and how to fix those troubles in your portfolio companies or when you're projecting a deal. Last but not least, I am reminding you, if you're going to join the Telegram group, please scan the QR code. And that's all. Thank you so much.